Have you ever pondered about the role and influence of social media in Pakistan? In today's digital era, social media has become an indispensable part of our lives, shaping our perspectives, beliefs, and even our actions. Now imagine its impact on the vibrant and complex tapestry of Pakistani politics. Let's embark on a fascinating journey as we delve into the recent events that have stirred the political landscape of Pakistan. Picture a meeting of the Apex Committee where a statement by Maryam Nawaz sparks a profound discussion. The incident on the 9th of May, orchestrated by a political party, casts a dark shadow over Pakistan's history. It's a moment that the nation has never witnessed before. As the conversation deepens, a worrying concern surfaces: the potential manipulation of young minds via social media. This leads to a startling revelation: a possible clampdown on social media in Pakistan. The whispers of an impending operation grow louder, echoing the sentiments expressed by Qazi Faiz Issa. The government's apprehension towards social media becomes palpable. It's clear that they perceive it as a looming threat, a potential thorn in their side. The Prime Minister of Punjab, Maryam Nawaz, is at the center of this political whirlwind. Despite her position, the incident on the 9th of May remains a contentious issue. The current government appears to be floundering, devoid of vision and direction. They seem to be grappling with a harsh reality. Their perceived victory in the elections is shrouded in doubt and controversy. The public's faith in their leadership is dwindling. Their inability to face the public paints a picture of a government in turmoil. A Turki Hway Hukumat, as it is poignantly described in Punjabi. The economic landscape of the country has also suffered a blow. The past 2 years have seen a significant decline in the country's economy. In summary, the recent political events in Pakistan, the potential restrictions on social media, and the government's struggle to maintain public faith highlight the intricate relationship between social media and politics in Pakistan. Furthermore, they underscore the need for transparent political processes and the responsible use of social media platforms for political discourse. This is a wake-up call, a call for introspection, and a call for change. Because in the end, it's not just about politics or social media, it's about the future of Pakistan. Have you ever wondered what happened to the economy? You know, the one that was promised to be revitalized, rejuvenated, and reinvigorated? The one that was supposed to see the light of day with free electricity up to 300 units, as promised by Bilawal and echoed by Maryam Nawaz in a thunderous voice. Yes, that economy. However, it appears the sun is yet to rise on these promises. The time has come for them to deliver, to provide the electricity they promised, to lessen the burden of soaring petrol prices, to curb the rampant inflation, to reduce the skyrocketing price of flour, to ease the lives of the common people, to provide jobs to the jobless. But alas, when the time came for them to deliver, instead of stepping up to the plate, they opted to cry foul. They pointed fingers at the law-abiding institutions, the courts, and those who have done their duty. But it's important to remember, those responsible will face their reckoning one day. They campaigned on the pretext of the 9th of May, yet the people did not heed their call. They continue to campaign, yet the people remain unswayed. It seems their inability to deliver has led them back to their old ways. It's doubtful that this will earn Maryam Nawaz any popularity. There seems to be a recurring solution to every problem. Blame the PTI. Blame Imran Khan. Blame anyone who lends an ear to their voice. Blame anyone who dares to speak the truth. But with this attitude, progress remains elusive. Now let's shift gears and talk about the Dati door. Contrary to its name, it's not actually a door. It's a chemical thread made of strong and heavy nylon. This chemical-laden product, mostly produced in China, is smuggled into Pakistan, primarily through the borders. The blame for this smuggling operation has been conveniently placed on Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Yet the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa isn't present at the border. The loyal institutions working there are responsible for checking everything. Now, should the government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa start stopping trucks on the motorway to check for this chemical thread? A thread that's not actually a door, but more akin to an electrical wire. In summary, we've discussed the unfulfilled promises regarding the economy, the scapegoating of the PTI, and the misnomer of the Dati door. It's clear that the path to progress requires more than empty promises and blame games. It requires action, accountability, and a commitment to the truth. Have you ever pondered the tradition of kite flying? Glancing up at the sky, witnessing the vibrant colors dance in the wind, It's a sight that has brought joy to many for centuries. But did you know that beneath this seemingly innocent tradition, there are contentious issues that have sparked debates worldwide? One such issue revolves around the use of chemical thread in kite flying. In the past, kite strings were fragile, breaking at the slightest gust of wind. Today, however, the threads have undergone a transformation. They've become so strong that they incite fear in those who hold them. These threads, as harmless as they seem, are in fact chemical threads. They've been reinforced to the point of becoming lethal and dangerous. This significant change in the strength of kite threads is not a mere evolution of kite flying. It is, in fact, a matter of grave concern that is largely overlooked by authorities. Despite its dangerous nature, there's a lack of focus on regulating its distribution. This seemingly harmless tradition has now become a platform for political games, particularly in regions like Punjab and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, where authorities have rejected the use of chemical threads, yet they still find their way into the hands of the public. In an attempt to gain control, political entities are using this tradition to garner support, playing on the sentiments of the people. They're using the kite-flying tradition to prove their point, to highlight perceived injustices and to justify their position. But the people are not oblivious. They've rejected these political games. They've rejected the notion of turning a cherished tradition into a political tool. And this rejection is not silent. The public has spoken, expressing their discontent in the streets and in their homes. This political game of kite flying is not new. It's been played before by previous generations and it continues to be played today. But the people are standing firm. They're refusing to be swayed by empty promises and dangerous traditions. Hatred begets hatred. The more negativity these political entities spread, the more they're rejected by the people. The past 2 years have seen this rejection grow stronger, and it's predicted to continue in the future. But amid these issues surrounding kite flying, there are pressing questions. Will Pakistan continue to hold elections? Will this government last? Only time holds the answers. To summarize, the tradition of kite flying, as simple and innocent as it may seem, has been marred by the use of dangerous chemical threads and the political games that surround it. Despite the challenges, the people have rejected these negative influences, choosing instead to preserve the purity of this cherished tradition. The future of this practice, much like the kites themselves, is still up in the air. Picture this. A protest erupts in Pashin, a small city in Pakistan. It's not just a simple gathering of disgruntled citizens. No, this is a wave, a movement, a storm that could potentially sweep across the entire country, leaving no province untouched. Imagine this scenario. The protest has started, and it's gaining momentum. It's like a domino effect. If one city can protest, why not another? Why not Lahore? What could possibly be the problem? If there is a legal framework that allows for peaceful protest, then why can't Lahore stage a demonstration at the historic Minari, Pakistan? With the Lahore High Court's permission, everything could be arranged. The question is, will the authorities allow it? Or will they impose restrictions, forcing people to stay indoors? If the latter doesn't happen, then prepare for a protest the likes of which Lahore has never seen before. The record of all protests in Lahore will be shattered. Now let's consider another scenario. What if Imran Khan, the current Prime Minister, is released? It would be a reception that will eclipse all others in this region, and possibly even the country. Imran Khan's popularity has soared due to corruption cases and oppression. His acceptance has never been higher. Imagine this, Imran Khan steps out of jail, and instantly, the political landscape of the country shifts. The power falls into his hands. His statements become the talk of the town. In these trying times, leaders have emerged. There are now so many leaders in Pakistan that no political party can boast of having as many workers. These leaders have been created in the streets. They've been there for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. They stand with their party, they refuse to budge. There are so many leaders now that every person is giving speeches. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has never seen so many workers or leaders, and it's all because of corruption. Even Shahid Afridi, the famous cricketer, is considering entering politics. He should. He should express his political thoughts, and if he can do something for the country, he should definitely do it. Despite his elders advising him against it, Shahid Afridi should step into the political arena. To sum up, a protest in Pashin could trigger a ripple effect across the country, potentially leading to the biggest demonstration Lahore has ever seen. The release of Imran Khan could shift the political landscape of the country. The number of leaders in Pakistan is growing, with everyone expressing their political thoughts. Even Shahid Afridi is considering a political career. These are interesting times for Pakistan. The question is, what will be the outcome of these unfolding events? Only time will tell. Imagine a world where cricket legend Shahid Afridi steps off the pitch and into the political arena. How would that play out? What would the dynamics look like? The parameters? Afridi, known for his powerful hitting and thrilling performances, might just find that the pressures of politics are as intense as an international cricket match. You see, it's easy to discuss politics from the outside. However, once you're in the thick of it, the game changes entirely. Afridi, if he decides to join the government, would have to learn to navigate the various pressures that come with the territory. After all, running a government is not as straightforward as it seems. It's a constant struggle to stick to your principles, to refuse to compromise, and to insist on running the country according to the will of the people, without succumbing to the lure of dictation. But what if Afridi decides not to take dictation? What then? Will he understand the value of everyday necessities like flour and lentils? Only time will tell. In other news, the Walton Airport scandal has been making waves on social media. Claims are flying around that the airport, worth an estimated $350 billion, has been sold for a mere $50 billion. These allegations have been raised by the Aircraft Owners and Operators Association, who have taken their concerns to the Minister of Aviation. A letter now circulating on social media alleges that the airport land was sold against the law. The association claims that only $1 billion has been collected from the $50 billion sale. Even with the inclusion of some land in Muridka, the total amount should not be less than $250 billion. The association has accused the land mafia of destroying the National Foundation with the help of civil aviation officers, even pointing fingers at the DG. They're calling for an investigation into this alleged scam, hoping that the National Accountability Bureau will step in. This isn't just about money. Walton Airport holds historical significance. Quaid-e-Azam, the founder of Pakistan, traveled to this airport back in 1947. The scandal then questions the integrity of an important national landmark. Imagine a world where multinational corporations take sides in international conflicts. Would they face the same consequences as nations do? In the recent past, we've seen an intriguing example of this with the Israel-Gaza conflict, and how it affected international businesses such as McDonald's. In early 2024, McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski acknowledged a significant dip in sales. Misinformation surrounding the company's involvement in the Israel-Gaza conflict led to a worldwide boycott, impacting the company's financials. McDonald's Israel had provided free meals to the Israel Defense Forces and hospitals during the conflict, leading to a global backlash. McDonald's, in response, affirmed its commitment to local communities and denounced hate speech, but McDonald's wasn't alone. Starbucks, Coca-Cola, and Domino's also experienced a decrease in sales, particularly in Asia and the Middle East. This was a result of perceived support for Israel during the war in Gaza. The boycotts and protests impacted sales growth, with McDonald's missing sales targets and Starbucks slashing its annual sales forecast. The BDS campaign, targeting Israel-friendly brands since 2005, led to consumer backlash and calls for boycotts. This stance by consumers and activists led to a remarkable decision by McDonald's. The fast food giant decided to withdraw all its restaurants from the local company in Israel, an impressive total of 225 restaurants. This decision was a response to the boycott and protests McDonald's faced when the Israeli franchise company Alvanyal announced it would provide free food to the Israeli army. In a world where public sentiment can sway the decisions of multinational corporations, one wonders what the future holds for businesses in politically volatile regions. As the situation evolves, we are left to ponder the role of corporations in international conflicts and the power of consumer activism. To summarize, the Israel-Gaza conflict has had significant consequences on multinational corporations like McDonald's due to perceived support for Israel. The backlash led to boycotts and protests, affecting sales and leading to a decision by McDonald's to withdraw from Israel entirely. This situation highlights the potential influence of consumer sentiment and activism on corporate decisions in politically sensitive situations. This is a testament to the evolving dynamics of international politics and business, where corporations are held accountable for their actions, and consumer sentiment can drive significant changes. A world where the common man holds the power to effect change not just through the ballot box, but also through their